Hi guys, today we're watching the video Coming Out as Asexual by Heyo Demo. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am myself asexual, so I thought it would be cool to react to the video which is about. Here we go.
So I already tried to film this video, then two random people came out of nowhere, stood about 4 meters away from me, stared at me for like 5 minutes, touched a fence and then walked off, so now I'm all sorts of pissed. Hey, it's Damo, and this is a video I actually never thought I would make. And that's not because I was scared or ashamed, it's just something I really didn't think was that important, and then when it became the trending thing to do to make a coming out video, I didn't just want to be another person jumping on the bandwagon. But then I realized when something's trending, when something's the popular thing to do, it makes it an easier thing to do, and anything I can do to help that, of course I'm gonna do it. Yep. No, more people just keep staring at me. And I still don't want to make a huge deal out of this, I just want to share my experience in the hopes that it could comfort and maybe encourage someone going through a similar thing, and through quick searches there isn't... The train is now making noise. As I was saying, I haven't seen all that many videos that cover the same topic as this, so I'm just going to share my story. Without further ado, here is my coming out video. Surprise, I am not heterosexual. Oh my god. Basically, the start of my story goes back around 2 years ago when I was actually in a relationship with a girl. Her name was Laura. It still is Laura, surprisingly enough. And we'd been dating for about 3 years, and I had very legitimate feelings for her. But towards the end of the relationship, I felt something wasn't quite right. Naturally, my first assumption was, oh, maybe I don't like the women's, maybe I like the other one, the men's with the ding-dongs and the such. And who can really blame me for assuming that with a haircut like this? Anyway, despite the fact that I had very real feelings for Laura, I decided that it just wasn't fair to be dragging her along in something that I wasn't even sure about myself. So one night I ended up telling her what I thought was going on, and naturally she was upset, but we talked it out, and ultimately she was as okay as she could be with it. To the point where I told her that I was going to go inside and tell my parents, and she asked if I wanted her to come in and hold my hand. But here's the thing, I wasn't really scared about telling my parents because I'm very lucky. I have a very supportive family, and right before I went in to tell my parents, my sister walked past, saw something was going on, and said, "Is everything okay?" I said, "I just told Laura I'm gay." My sister said, "Alright," and walked off. Like, that is how supportive my family is. I'm a very lucky person. As far as how supportive Laura was, yes, I'm very lucky again to have people like that in my life, but with friends, you get to choose them. And I wouldn't have chosen anyone else to have in my life. So I went inside and I sat my parents down and I told them what I thought was going on, and the only thing my mum was upset about was that she wanted me to have the easiest life possible. And while it is a shit ton easier than it was 10 years ago, being anything but heterosexual in this world is a disadvantage. At least in the eyes of society and whatnot and blah blah blah, you are your own strong person, remember that shit, okay, moving on. And then my dad made a gay joke, which was actually hilarious. I can't remember it, but it was really fucking funny. So after that I walked a few doors up to my grandma's house to find out that my sister had already told her, so all I said was, "Do you still love me?" She said no. And then she hugged me and said, "Of course I do." Again, I am incredibly lucky. So that was pretty much it. What is the train? The train is coming back. Why did you leave just to come back? It's the same train. I don't understand. Turn your engines off. Cut the noise.
Poor guy.
Cut the fucking noise, train. This is bullshit. So that was pretty much it as far as my family was concerned. Then I told my close friends, and again, I surround myself with amazing people, and I'm incredibly lucky to have them in my life. They didn't give a shit. They were like, "Cool, let's continue playing stupid video games." And I was like, cool. And then I just kind of went through life for a year being all like, "Oh yeah, I'm gay, yeah, oh, bring on the boys, dick though, yeah, all about it." And then kind of at the start of this year, I realized I don't really like sex at all. Or people, for that matter, but that's a whole other problem. That's when I realized I was asexual. Now, there are thousands of different definitions for asexual. Some people still like the idea of sex, but they don't want to have it. Some people have it, but they don't like it. I don't even know. For me, I just don't really like having it. But sometimes I'm like, oh, that could be sexy, and then I'm like, oh no, but I'd rather eat pizza. Doesn't really matter how you define asexual. If you want to define yourself as asexual, go for it. That's what I'm doing. And I mean, coming out as asexual for me was not hard. I literally just started telling people, yeah, I don't like sex. And they're like, wow, you're a weirdo. I'm like, well, I was a weirdo before I said that, so don't worry about it. And people just kind of accept it. And if they don't accept it, I don't accept them into my life. They're like, bye. I'm like, bye. Train, shut up. Now it's coming back again. I don't understand this thing.
T-shirt on.
But at the same time, I don't actually 100% know if I am asexual. That's just how I feel at this current point in my life, and that's fine. Tomorrow I might wake up and be like, I like boys, or I like girls, or I like lampshades, a whole ton, load, lot, Stick my dick in a lampshade. I know that's a really anticlimactic ending to this story, but it doesn't have to be climactic, and if you're lucky it won't be. You'll have an easy experience and then you can move on with your life. And that's what I'm trying to say. Some people will have that experience. Everyone deserves that experience. But at the same time, some people won't, and you just have to be prepared. But you know yourself, you know your friends, you know your family, and you can make the right decision for yourself, whether you want to come out or not. If you need to come out, that is. I mean, there is a possibility that there are heterosexual people watching this video. I don't think there's anything else to say, really. That was my coming out story. I had a smooth experience, and I hope that if you're thinking of coming out, that yours goes just as well. Now, I'm just going to essentially caress myself because I'm a me-sexual. I am the only attractive thing in this universe. Alright, I'm gonna stop, but it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't end it with a fuck off! Fuck off!
That was pretty funny. That was good. Yeah, his journey actually is a bit like mine, where instead of thinking I might be gay, I actually at one point thought I might be even transgender or gender fluid, and that my sexual orientation might have something to do with my gender orientation, but I have since realized that no, I am definitely a girl. I just don't have any need for relationships in any kind of way. I'm aromantic as well, but yeah, people I've told have been really cool about it. I've just been incredibly privileged in that way. Yeah, but that was really good. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.